Why do divorces cost so much? Because they're worth it. Now, let's dive into the hilarious roller coaster ride of a man named Jack, who got the surprise of his life when his wife asked for a divorce. Picture this. Jack, our unsuspecting hero, was lounging on his favorite chair one Sunday afternoon, engrossed in a fierce football match. Suddenly, amidst the roars of the virtual crowd, his wife dropped the D-bomb. "Jack, I want a divorce," she declared. At first, Jack thought it was a new kind of prank. He even checked his hearing, wondering if the cheers from his TV had somehow morphed into the word divorce. But no, his ears weren't playing tricks on him. He looked at his wife sitting across the room, her face as serious as a judge. The football match, the once deafening cheers, all faded into the background. Jack's heart pounded like a drum in his chest. And that, folks, was the moment Jack knew his life was about to take a wild turn. As if hearing about divorce over a football match wasn't enough, Jack's first divorce battle was, surprisingly, not over the house or the car, but over a fitness band. Picture this, folks. A scene where Jack and his soon-to-be ex-wife are standing in their shared living room, each holding an end of a fitness band, like two warriors preparing for a duel. Absurd, right? But this was their reality. Now Jack argued that he needed the fitness band more, stating that his newfound stress-eating habits were uncontrollable. He painted a picture of himself, alone in the house, surrounded by empty pizza boxes, and claimed that the fitness band was his only hope to combat this. On the other hand, his wife was adamant that she needed the band to track her steps. She was determined to walk away from this marriage, literally and figuratively. She insisted that every step she took was a step towards her new life, and the fitness band was her compass, guiding her towards a future without Jack. Their arguments bounced back and forth, each one funnier than the last. It was like watching a comedy show, only this one was real and had a fitness band as the star of the show. And so the fitness band became the first casualty of their divorce, meeting its end in a tug-of-war match. Now, divorce is serious business, and Jack thought therapy would be too, but he was in for another surprise. You see, Jack had a knack for making people laugh, even in the most dire of circumstances. So when he found himself sitting in a circle of strangers, sharing his deepest emotions, he decided to use his humor as a lifeline. Jack's therapy sessions quickly took on a different color. They became less about dwelling on the past, and more about laughing at the absurdity of it all. He started treating each session like a stand-up comedy set. One day, he compared his marriage to expired milk. He said, "You know, it's like when you take that first sip, it's sweet and refreshing, but let it sit for a while and it turns sour. That's my marriage. Initially sweet, eventually sour, and now it's just curdled and stinky." Then there was the time when he referred to his divorce papers as his wife's longest grocery list. "She's listed everything. From the house, the car, even my grandmother's antique vase. I swear I half expected to see milk, eggs, and bread on there, too." And just like that, Jack took his circumstances and spun them into comedy gold. Each session became a performance, each story a punchline. The room would fill with laughter, and for a while, they'd all forget their troubles. And that's how Jack became the star comedian of his therapy group, turning his pain into punchlines. While the divorce was a roller coaster ride for Jack, it eventually led him to a funny, yet enlightening realization. Picture this. Jack, our hero, sitting alone, cracking up at his own divorce joke. As the laughter echoed around the empty room, a light bulb moment hit him. He was free. Free to laugh, free to cry, free to be himself. For the first time in years, he saw the funny side of things. He didn't need to worry about snoring too loud or leaving the toilet seat up. He could eat cereal for dinner and leave his socks on the floor. And he found it hilarious. His laughter was his liberation, and he welcomed his new life with open arms and a hearty chuckle. The more he laughed, the more he realized that he was okay. He was more than okay, he was happy. And so, Jack discovered that sometimes the best way to navigate through life's toughest challenges is to find humor in them and keep laughing. After all, laughter is the best medicine, even for a broken heart.